This year was a bit of a roller coaster, that's for sure. It was, so a bit of our land got flooded, but yeah, we were lucky enough to get back on it sort of after Christmas and strip it all. So that was good. We cleaned it up. That was the main thing to do. So yeah, honestly, it was a crazy year. Spraying with fungicides. I think the wheat I did 3 or 4 times. The lentils I did 4 times. Barley I did twice. It was just a new approach to farming for me this year. So yeah, it was just being able to think and adapt on our feet and face challenges that we haven't faced. And we had snails come in during harvest, and sort of stuff like that you wouldn't normally predict in the Mallee where we are, but it's a part of it. I think a big thing, sort of looking back on the year, because it was a hectic year, we spent a lot of time in the sprayer, a lot of time away from friends and family. A good thing that sort of I looked at was having a social interaction with my mates, even if we were all sitting on the sprayer. So I got a group chat going. There was about 45, 50 of us, and it went right through harvest, and it was a lot of sort of throwing ideas out. This has gone wrong, or I can't get my settings right. And then there was a lot of banter and a lot of good fun as well. A lot of photos of headers getting bogged and trying to pull out and all that stuff. So that's sort of one thing. And then on top of that, just making time for yourself, looking after yourself, and you're the main asset on the farm. Like, yes, you need the land to produce the goods, but if you don't put it in, nothing's going to happen. So yeah, staying mentally sharp, mentally strong, looking after yourself, separating from some of the crappy stuff that does happen on farm, being able to just come home for an hour. Like, it's not going to make or break you if you miss an hour of harvest or if you do something like that. So a good thing that I did during harvest is when the silos had shut and I wasn't in a rush anymore, I'd pull up the header. Jess, my partner, would come up, we'd have dinner on top of the header, watch the sunset, have a beer, then go back to work. But it was just good just to stop and just assess and just review on the day and ground yourself. I think grounding yourself is an important thing. I've got a great support network, and I'm sort of pretty bold in that, and I'm happy to talk about that as well. So I've got a lot of mates that are sort of young farmers in a similar situation to me, and I have no shame in reaching out, and I think that's where the intergenerational change has adapted a little bit. Sort of back in the olden days, a bit more like with Dad's sort of era, you don't really talk about your issues, you don't talk about what your farm's struggling with, because it's like it's a shameful thing. So many people are in the same boat. So if you voice an opinion, you'll get 5 other people say, oh, I've been trying to figure that out as well. Or, I've got the same issue, like I can't do this, or I don't know what to do with this. So having that sort of network is really important. And on top of that, doing something outside of the farm. So for me, it's footy. Like I love my fitness and I love playing footy. So being able to section off my time to make sure I go to training and play, it's there 2 nights a week that I can step away and just enjoy something else that I don't have to think about farming. We end up talking farming, we're standing in the back of the groups anyway, but yeah, I think being able to manage yourself and keep doing something that makes you happy other than your work. Your work is your life when you're a farmer, but you need to find a balance. Yeah, so with my personal life, I've sort of in a bit of different circumstance, but yeah, Jess has moved down from Queensland, so it's been a huge change for her. The area, the community, everything's different for her. So something that's really helped her is a sense of community, and I don't think she realised before she came down how important it is in small rural areas that the community band together and how much they actually do look after each other, how much people contribute to sporting clubs, how much people contribute to volunteer groups, if it's the CFA or whatever it is, the like Lions Club, whatever it is, people contribute, and it's how and why small communities keep moving. So there are really tough times when you come home, when you're stressed, and I think from my perspective, I have to be able to dial it back, because Jess may not completely understand what's happened throughout the day, and I can't come home and be all up in arms because something went wrong when she doesn't even know what's gone wrong. So finding the balance, stepping back, dialing it down, and maybe actually just talking about it rather than going straight to the emotional sort of overlay of the day. So yeah, we've as most couples do, sort of struggled to find that balance at times when it's busy, when we're stressed, when we're tired, harvest cropping and whatnot. But I think you got to remind yourself that it's like it will end, and it is a lot of hard work, but trying to break it up as well is important. And it's basically what I did was I said, right, it's going to be a long harvest, but we'll have a holiday at the end. When we finish, we're going away for a week, we're dropping everything, we're going. And that kept us going. And when we're getting closer and closer, we knew we were coming to an end. We were starting to get a bit of momentum again, getting a bit of energy back, because we knew that we were almost finished, because the harvest is a big wrap up for the year, and we got a reward, which is a holiday.